Shakedown.
We're back here at the GSL Korea Finals. TvZ and Artosis, how's it going, brother?
It's going quite well, TvZ. We've opened up with a 1-0 lead for INnoVation. A really well-placed one for us.
Yeah. Now we're going to go on to game number 2. The map is going to be on Belshire Vestige.
Yeah.
Again, I think it can go either way here. And you know, I think it's going to be an incredible match, Artosis. I really do.
Yeah. It should be really good. Do you think we could see an all-in here? And if so, from which side?
You know what? I don't think we're going to see an all-in here from either side. Oh, nice, man. We got everywhere in the main.
You think we'll see basically a macro game?
I think it's going to be straight up macro game. We'll see, though.
Okay. If we see an all-in, I think it comes out of Soulkey here. I think this is a map INnoVation wants to play a really long game on.
What kind of all-in are you expecting here from Soulkey, Artosis?
If he does one, it'll be Baneling based, I would say. Like, it could be a Baneling Roach, but it could be a Baneling Ling.
I got to agree to there, actually. Again, if you're just now joining us, INnoVation is up 1 game right now. He did a very well-calculated all-in on the map GSL Star Station and really punished his opponent there. As you can see now, we're almost ready to get into this match. Artosis, do you think Soulkey can win this one?
Yeah, he can win it. Will he? That's a different question. It's going to be hard if it goes long, man, because INnoVation, with the expansion going towards Soulkey, it's going to be able to put on so much pressure.
You got to lean a little bit towards Terran endgame on this map. I got to agree with you.
I think so.
Shark always want to be expanding away from the Terran, not towards him.
Yep. All right.
Now,
you said these are the 2 important maps. So if INnoVation goes up 2-0 here, do you think there's any chance for Soulkey to come back?
You know what? I want to say yes, but I don't think so.
You don't think so?
But we'll see.
This is the most important map, you think, in the series?
I think for right now, with INnoVation up 1 game, it's very important. Soulkey, he's got to pull a rabbit out of his hat.
He certainly does, TvZ. Is he a magician, or is he just an illusionist?
All right, it's time. Before today is over, the first GSL Codes Heart of the Swarm World Champion will be crowned here. And we're going to find out who that's going to be. Will it be Soulkey or will it be INnoVation? We'll see soon here at GOMTV.net. We're on in game number 2 in the upper left. He has to begin this comeback if he wants to be crowned a champion. He is.
웅진 스타즈 Soulkey.
His opponent in the opposite starting location in the bottom right. He did an all-in last. Here we go.
STX Soul INnoVation.
All right, I bungled the intro. I was gonna say, you know, he did an all-in that last game. What will he do this time?
Well, I think he's going to open really safe. Here's my prediction for INnoVation here. And if he doesn't do this, then that might even be better, because if I'm Soulkey looking at this, especially after game 1, I'm going to think to myself, maybe perfect theoretical thing for INnoVation to do here might be something like a fast command center into reactor Hellions into another command center.
Oh, I like that. By the way, take a look down here at the bottom of our screen. Win rate when winning the first set, 100% here for Soulkey. Win rate for winning the first set here, or assuming he wins the first set. INnoVation, 15-2.
Insane.
These guys are out of control good.
By the way,
perfect match here, really.
A really fun stat is that INnoVation so far in Heart of the Swarm, Terran vs. Zerg, 21 wins, 3 losses.
Wow.
He'd have to lose more games today than he has against Zerg since Heart of the Storm came out if he's not to win this.
Wow. Now we see it is going to be a quick command center here on the low ground. Now note, he did send that drone out to scout for any kind of proxies, so Soulkey doesn't want to lose to the same trick twice here.
That's right, and that's going to give an even bigger economical advantage here to INnoVation. And as you see, guys, next week, WCS Season 1 Finals, we're going to be casting. Me, Wolf, Caldor, and Tasteless going to be casting over at the GSL studios. You can come right in. We're going to have everything up on the big screen.
Yeah, so in other words, when you come down, it'll be just like you're at maybe some of these overseas esports events you've been at, where it's in English.
Yeah.
We do offer at the studio in Gangnam services where you can listen to our hosts and myself or Wolf and Caldor. As we cast, oh my God, that Ultras picture was sick.
That was really
good. We do offer those services, but at this time, if you come down to the studio, we're going to have all that, our voices blasted over, so that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. It's going to be a blast, man. I cannot wait for those. And of course, the player that wins here today is the point leader for Korea, which is a big deal in WCS. You got to gain those points all year long.
Yeah, absolutely. Got the bunker about halfway done here.
Yeah,
everything very standard so far from INnoVation.
He's not messing around. He's playing pretty safe, getting that bunker up so quickly. And there goes the factory. So this is all very, very safe. Now, will he go for that third command center as predicted after the factory? I'm feeling it, Tasteless. I think that is going to be the perfect balance of economy and safe for this game.
I got to agree with you there, Artosis.
Yep. We'll see, though. That is a second gas.
Let's highlight the map again for those people that were just now joining in. As you can see at the top here, the Zerg, obviously the third base will be in the upper right, for Terran, the third base in the bottom left. Now, as the game goes on for longer and longer, Zerg gets a little bit more of a difficult situation, because if you look, let's take the Zerg's position, for instance. Upper left or upper right is where he's going to take his next base, and that's a little bit closer to the Terran. So the way Starcraft 2 works, Zerg always want to be at least one base ahead of the Terran.
Yeah.
So that may be a factor in which INnoVation is going to push this game into late game, into end game, and then try to punish the Zerg from there.
That's right. Now, we just saw a beautiful Overlord pincer where he got to see that there are 2 gases in INnoVation's main. And 2 gases finished at that time means the third command center is going to be a bit delayed. So he's going to know that something's going on. And in fact, it looks like Hellbat drops are going to be on the way. But already, the Roach Warren for Soulkey. Some great scouting intel from Soulkey so far.
Yeah, Soulkey should be prepared for this, but that might not matter when you got somebody like INnoVation. His control is so absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
This guy, creates miracles with those Hellbats of his.
That's
really
right.
Makes them work for him.
Yeah, Hellbats definitely are one of the units that can make miracles occur, Tasteless. And the thing is, he doesn't even need one right now. He hasn't taken any damage. So we'll see how this works out. But Soulkey basically knows what's going on. He doesn't know specifically it's Hellbats, but it's not going to be hard to figure it out.
Yeah, well, as you can see here, he's going to know for sure as he gets even more scouting done in here. He should end up spotting that starport over there on the left. We have 4 Hellions over here controlling the upper watchtower right now. It looks like Soulkey might end up losing this Overlord. Definitely something you would not want to have happen here. This Hellbat drop is not far away.
That is right. That Hellbat drop. Wow.
Are you kidding me?
Hero Overlord right there. Spore Crawler going up. Okay, he knows. He knows absolutely at this point that this is going to be a Hellbat drop. So he just needs to be completely prepared, hit those medevacs as much as possible, and make sure he doesn't lose too many drones.
INnoVation now making a beeline with that medevac, headed north towards Soulkey. It does look like Soulkey should be prepared. We'll just have to see. Unless Soulkey bungles his control, which I don't think will happen, he should be in good shape.
Yeah, it looks like he has more than enough right now to deal with this, but we'll see what can get done here. Hellbat deal damage so quickly it may not matter. He sees the spore and he does have to turn around.
He might have actually cornered the medevac here. He's going to boost,
but
he will not get out!
Oh! A great snipe there by Soulkey. That was a money snipe.
That was huge. Wow. All right, well, right now, INnoVation has been rendered useless on the map. Map control now goes back to Soulkey.
That is a big wrench into the works of INnoVation, Tasteless.
Yeah.
He does have another medevac coming out, but Soulkey's defense so far is perfect.
Yeah, he's making this medevac drop here look like a huge mistake.
He certainly is. And he does still have some map control, INnoVation does, with those Hellions out there, and he's keeping the Roaches back. that might be the actual aim of this medevac with Hellbats. If he sees an opening, he'll drop, but mostly I think he's just trying to keep Soulkey in his base so that he doesn't have to defend right now.
All right, he's going to try to come in here now. The drop has commenced. So far, no drone being taken out just yet.
Killing some blings right now. Not losing anything, just some health, and that's fine. Some good harassment so far.
Yeah, it looks like he's only gotten one worker, though. He's going to have to do a little bit more damage with that if he expects the strategy to be effective.
You see that Overlord just taunting him, saying, hey, I'm leaving this here. I see exactly what you're doing.
Nice cancel, by the way, there before he ended up losing an Overseer that he just started making. Roaches now being upgraded. Armor and range attack being upgraded as well.
More gas is being gotten. I do wonder if we'll see a Baneling Nest go down. We could see a gigantic counterattack.
I think we actually are. I think he's going to try to deny the third base from being planted from here. Hellions coming in and doing some damage, but is it going to be enough?
Well, it's pretty good, actually. Not too bad.
Only six
drones.
workers have been killed so far. I mean, this is a lot of lost medevacs, a lot of lost Hellbats.
Certainly.
Those Hellions also, many of them taken out there. I'm getting a little bit worried here for INnoVation in this game.
There's a Hydralisk Den on the way, Tasteless. He's almost got 1-1 for his range units. He's almost got Roach speed as well. A Roach Hydra timing would be pretty insane. It would keep INnoVation in his base for a very long time.
That would allow the Zerg to secure a fourth with ease. I like the Overlord here, dropping some free, doing anything at all to deny that third base. However, the third base will be planted momentarily. However, that actually might benefit Soulkey because a good timing attack there that hits that third, he can manage to put the Hydras there to take out the command center.
Yeah. And you know what? He's going to have a little window of having 2-2 where INnoVation only has 1-1. And that, if he hits during that time, of course, that's going to give him a big advantage. But mainly, INnoVation has to be very careful not to overextend against this type of unit composition.
INnoVation now moving out. And oh my god! He has to get this medevac out of here. He cannot afford to lose this medevac.
I don't think there's any way. I think that medevac is doomed.
He actually can trap it here with the Queens. And yes, no, yes, okay. All right, a push coming up here towards the third base. INnoVation needs to do that damage.
Now he does have these Whittle Mines. Nope, doesn't look like he's going to have any time to burrow them. And of course, he's got to be careful against this type of army. Soulkey moving forward, doing a great job so far. But a great spread.
Soulkey looking fantastic. That Queen not even getting shot down there. He has spotted the third base to confirm that it's been planted. The fourth, as we can see up there, is about to be started as well.
Soulkey playing some Manzerg right now, muscling his way to that fourth base and pushing INnoVation back across the map. He's using his temporary dominance in this type of unit set to push INnoVation back, and this is some beautiful play.
All right, he's continuing to move out right now. He's going to push, it looks like, towards this location. I think INnoVation should be in good shape, but I might be wrong here.
Well, I would say he's totally fine right now. In fact, Soulkey, has he overdone it here? I think he may have. We don't have Hydra speed, so he can't get out.
He's on the run, but these Hydras are not going to make it back without being on creep. This should give INnoVation an ample opportunity to attack into the upper right the upper right expansion.
Yeah, I think that fourth base, he could force a cancel on Tasteless, and that is a game changer. Soulkey has played beautifully up to this point, and that was a bit of an overextension. He's in trouble now.
Soulkey might lose this base, but he hasn't checked for it just yet. It looks like INnoVation ignoring that location, now continuing to push forward up here to the third.
And he's got to be careful as well. Those Q2 upgrades should be right around finished right now. He is trying to push in, but that is a big concave for
it looks
Zerg.
like he might want that hatch to finish. And he does get the kill off on it. Very nicely done, and he's going to evacuate. That's exactly how you want to handle a situation like this one.
Now those upgrades about to switch back over to 2-2 versus 2-2, but it looks like Soulkey catching a big chunk of this army. He has a lot of damage output here, Tasteless. This could be bad for INnoVation.
The Widow Mines are coming up right now and throwing to the front, but there is an Overseer there to take them out.
But it looks like Soulkey pushing through. The thing is, he's still in some trouble. INnoVation dropping over in that main base.
Yeah, dropped in the main, hitting these drones. And it looks like, though, Soulkey going to continue to try to push forward. The Widow Mine's going down now.
Those Widow Mines being picked out.
He might have too much.
He may indeed take out a lot of medevacs in the meantime as well, pushing forward. He's repairing that bunker as best he can, but that is a lot of Hydralisks.
Unbelievable here. Both these guys taking heavy hits right now. The Hydras will have to retreat and regroup where the Roaches will be. Right now, INnoVation's dropping the main, doing just too much damage.
Well, Soulkey deciding to move to another location. Too much defense at the front of the base, but he's going around towards the third. The thing is, he might get pincered in here, Taste. He might get trapped.
All right, Soulkey has decided he has to commit right now, and commit he will as he continues to push forward.
Does he have enough, though? INnoVation, quite a few units skimming, pushing up. A lot of units being rallied out as
Looks
well.
like INnoVation just barely has enough.
Soulkey rallying down more roaches, but as you said, he might just barely have enough to hold this all off.
Keep in mind, the main base is still taking a lot of damage.
The supply right now is so close. And, you know, as those small amounts of units do rally out for INnoVation, he's gaining more and more advantages against this Roach Hydra army.
The Lynx now coming down here and hitting these STDs. That's one thing going right now for Soulkey. He looks like he's zoned out this Marine Marauder army with the Roaches and Hydras over here in between the second and the third base for INnoVation.
That's right. The more time he can buy dealing damage at that third, the more important it becomes. Right now, Soulkey is walking on a tightrope, Tasteless. He's got to be so careful, and here he goes, pushing forward, INnoVation. I don't know if he has enough units to actually hold off this army.
Soulkey barely pushing him back now. The rest of the army for INnoVation now regrouping and will try to attack in here again. That's going to force Soulkey to turn around. No, there is no drop drive right now in Soulkey's base. Soulkey continuing to push forward. Will he break through INnoVation's defense?
I don't think so. 4 medevacs and quite a few Marauders against a mostly Roach force, and Soulkey is forced to turn around and run.
All right, the Roaches and Hydras again. It's been a seesaw fight, back and forth right now. And it looks like just barely for the time being, INnoVation should be able to survive.
Yeah.
Now this is going to be a big problem with these with the Widow Mines here, just constantly destroying anything that's tough to reinforce.
That's right, and this one is not a good battle, Tasteless. Soulkey starting to fall apart. He's down 30 supply now with just Roaches left.
If INnoVation can drive him back to the fourth base and even take out the fourth base, that may be an economic checkmate there, forcing Soulkey to GG.
That's right, that fourth base is the most crucial thing on the map right now. Soulkey has to hold it, but INnoVation, realizing that that's where he's going to, quickly loads up and he's going for another drop in the main.
All right, and I like that maneuver there. You know, these Hydras and Roaches are mobile, but not as mobile as a Muta army, for instance. A few minutes being picked up here. One nice hit there for Soulkey.
Now he's being attacked in 2 different locations. Can he hold both of them? This first location over here he's doing okay at. More units rallying down.
His Hydras don't have enough to buffer in front of him. Hydras taking damage so quickly here.
That's right.
Oh my God, meanwhile in the main, INnoVation just doing too much damage.
Everything's falling apart all at once for Soulkey. It looks like he's going to lose that main layer, and that is a huge deal. No more tech for him this game. He is running out of time.
Take a look at the supplies, Narcosis. It's 157 into 93 with Carrot in a massive lead.
Yeah, this is looking like we might be seeing GG pretty soon, Tasteless. Soulkey did a good job this game, but it doesn't look like he was good enough.
INnoVation continuing to close in with this never-ending stream of units now. The fourth is under attack. Soulkey cannot afford to lose this fourth, and the mules go down, GG. Unbelievable stuff, Artosis.
Wow, that was... Well, listen, Soulkey actually had a great strategy. He figured out what was going on. He held off all the harassment beautifully. The thing is, as soon as you lose a few too many units with a strategy like that one time, you lose to a player like INnoVation. And yeah, right before Hydra speed was done, he lost a lot of units down off of creep. It was a slight overextension. And from there, INnoVation pushed and pushed and pushed until there was nothing left.
Soulkey visibly stressed out right now as he is going to have to try to come back now, even more games. And how are you doing, Artosis?
I'm a monkey, Tasteless.
I am too. I can't see anything with this.
I can't either. All my eyelashes are sticking out the hole.
I want to lie to the audience to tell them that we casted that entire game with us on our faces, but that's
Why don't
not
we do
true.
that then?
We should.
casted that entire game with these on our
masks
faces.
on. Don't listen to the first part of what we said, just the second part where we cast this entire game with these masks on. And
That's right.
We did a really good job too. You were great back there.
Yeah, thanks.
This thing makes my eyelids hurt.
Big cheers to MANGOSIX, the GSL sponsor this season.
Absolutely. Without sponsors, we wouldn't have great events like this. So we really appreciate them supporting esports and Starcraft 2 here at the GSL.
All right. So, That game. Let's talk about that game a little bit.
Let's do that.
Soulkey, he has all his scouting down so perfectly right now. You know, he pincered in with the Overlords. He saw exactly the gas timings. He knew what was going on. He put the spores up immediately, and then the spines down a little bit later. He was all over the place with his Roachling. He had plenty of queens, and he basically ended the drop harassment. He was ahead at that point, and he even had his upgrades going a bit quicker. But the slight overextension that he had, I feel like at that moment, if he had just stayed back a little bit more and not lost those units, he may have been able to eventually overwhelm.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's up 2-0. This is going to be very tough. In fact, I don't know if Soulkey can come back from this.
Well, that's what you've been saying.
Yeah, I mean,
and you know, it's a fair statement. 2-0 is a gigantic lead for INnoVation. He only needs to win 2 games. Soulkey has to win 4.
Yeah. Now the map is going to be Whirlwind. This is definitely the Zergest map we have here. But
you know what? If they are close spots, INnoVation can take his third and do the rally push right through it.
You know what? You're totally right. Well, we'll see what exactly Soulkey has as the pressure is now on. That last game back there, very close, but INnoVation, he's just too good at production. He's good at engagements as well.
Well, he's an almost flawless player, man. He's as good as you can get right now.
Never seen anybody play this well before.
Well,
and I've been casting the best for years and years now, but
will he be able to keep it up, or will Soulkey start to show us why he's here in the finals as well?
Yeah, well, we'll see soon. It looks like the game is going to be starting very shortly now, so get ready. I'm Tasteless, and with me is Artosis. We're Tastosis, the casting Archon, and this is the greatest esports show of all time. The most competitive city for esports in the world, Seoul, Korea. We call it the GSL Kodas.